So I get this question all the time, and it goes like this.
You're such a really good-looking guy. Like, why do you do drag?
The fuck does it matter? Is my real answer that I'd like to give, but normally I go into this long explanation and try to help them understand, but I'm getting kind of tired of that. Let me go ahead and put this question to bed. I do it because I can. I do it because, did you see the picture? I do it because I look like that. I look like that. I do it because of that. I do it because when I step on a stage, people go, wow. I do it because I like the effect. I do it because it's fun. I do it because I'm gay. I do it because I can. I do it because I want to. And what does it matter? And why do I suddenly become less of a man in anybody's eyes because I do this?
Well, I don't know, like, I wouldn't date a drag queen.
Really? Because as it appears, you get on your knees on a regular and it's not for prayer. So I don't know why suddenly you have this judgment about somebody else who is actually more masculine than you, standing here out of drag, but suddenly because there's a pair of heels somewhere in my closet, uh-oh.
That's just not the guy.
So, gay men really are, and I hope there's a renaissance sometime soon, and that the attributes of a gay community that used to exist resurfaces, and we suddenly rediscover what it means to support one another and encourage one another and celebrate our difference from the rest of the world and from the rest of society. We're gay. It's supposed to be fun. It's supposed to be amazing. But instead, we're adopting the notions of a Christocentric society that has already judged us for God knows how many fucking eons, and we're adopting them into our own culture. I would imagine that the gay men of the 70s and the 80s that fought for the rights that we have today look on a younger society in horror because they realize they don't get it. They just don't get, you don't get it. I've dated several drag queens in the past that I actually had performed with, and what I liked about them was what they looked like when the makeup came off. I didn't want to have sex with them in drag, of course. No, I realized that drag was something they did, and it wasn't something that they were. Drag was just something they did. It was a character. But I was able to make that distinction, and for some reason so many people are not, and that just doesn't make sense to me, especially if you're gay yourself. I walk into bars and I see countless beautiful guys that have spent hours in the gym, that have put on these amazing bodies, and then they turn their head and open their mouth and the pearls fly out and hit the floor and roll across the fucking bar. And it's like, I don't judge that. Actually, I still look at them and think, God, he's beautiful. Even though he turns and goes, hey, it's not, we're gay. I understand being attracted to masculine characteristics and being attracted to men in general and the things that we think of as, oh, that's a man. I get that. I get that. But hey, guess what? In order to be with another man, you've got to be with one that wants to be with another man. So, likelihood is there are going to be certain feminine traits. And you got to learn how to roll with those punches and live with that. It's just part of what acceptance is something that you shouldn't really have to learn, because the lesson should have been taught to you through the non-acceptance that you were given when you were coming up in life. So you should be the last person to judge somebody else for the very same thing that you were persecuted for. I don't fucking get it. Get it together. Oh, so I'm suddenly not, I don't make the list anymore, which, thank God, because I wouldn't want to anyway. But, I suddenly don't make the list because, I do drag. And that's been the case for so many years. And you know what? It's just so ridiculous, especially since it's not my legs that are in the air. I'm just saying, I'm not trying to be too graphic, but, I don't understand where there's an issue here. If you're looking for a man, Oh, he's standing right here in front of you. You know? I'm not in a dress. But because you saw a picture and you said, wait a minute, that's him? And then suddenly it's like, ooh, shit, you know? And then I remember several times they've asked me the same thing. How often do you do it? You know, they start trying to figure out in their head, well, if he only does it, you know, here and there, then maybe I can condone it. Bitch, who the fuck are you? And why am I trying to be on your acceptance list? How about you get on mine? You know what I mean? Anyway, I really think that it's a shame, and it's sad that that people think that way. But hopefully, by making this video, people will start to think twice about it. It is what it is, you know. And I will say this: if somebody is, you know, extremely effeminate, that's just who they are, and they don't deserve to be judged for that. That's just who they are. I understand not being attracted to femininity. I get that. But I'm not extremely feminine. I mean, I don't think I am. I mean, I know I've got feminine qualities, but the only time that I actually do sort of let loose is when I do drag, and that's an outlet for me. Because for years, I conditioned myself to be more masculine because I came up in a family of very strong and masculine men, and I just wanted to fit in. And you know, I learned how to, you know, stiffen up that wrist and all that other shit. And I'm kind of glad that I did, because I do embrace that now. I do enjoy my own masculinity now. There was a time where I think I did rebel against it, just because, you know, I think a lot of gay boys do that. But you know, you should by it at some point just kind of grow up, you know. And I'm just hoping that a lot of gay men out there will just grow the fuck up, because too many lives were lost and too many tears were shed over the course of a very long fight for us to have the rights that we have today. And we owe it to those men and women to act right.